first. Go ahead.
I just wanted you to comment, if, first of all, if you're aware of reports that the rebels bombarded an area of Aleppo that is under government control, killing like 19 people, wounding 120 others, and maybe, some say that it may have been Jebhat al-Nusra. Do you have any information on that?
I don't. As you know, I try to steer away from battlefield assessments.
Right. But this has been widely reported and attributed to the same monitoring group that actually you rely on in many information. And my question to you, if al-Nusra is obviously in certain areas of Aleppo and they keep bombarding other areas, should that give the government or government troops the right to go ahead and respond or defend itself and attack it?
So, look, let me say a couple of things here. I mean, Aleppo, it's certainly no surprise to anybody. I mean, that in Aleppo, it's a very fluid, dynamic environment. And you have interspersed and intermingled, frankly, in neighborhoods in Aleppo, groups like al-Nusra, which are not party to the cessation and are legitimate targets. And you also have opposition groups that are party to the cessation. And there is a lot of intermingling that's happening because it is such a fluid, dynamic environment. And we've talked about this before. Nobody's underestimating how difficult it can be in a place like Aleppo with respect to trying to separate the groups. A very tough task, a very tall order. It doesn't mean that we aren't doing the best we can to work with those who have influence over the opposition groups to encourage that kind of separation, but it's very difficult to actually implement. So that's point one. Point two, I mean, obviously in and around Aleppo, we continue to see violations of the cessation. Most of them still are being conducted by the regime. That's just, as the math goes, a mathematical fact. We want to see all parties to the cessation, all parties, abide by their obligations under it, because it's still fragile. And in and around Aleppo, we definitely are seeing more and more signs of it not holding, obviously. And that's not where we want things to go in Syria. We certainly don't want things to go there in Aleppo that way. So it's very difficult, but we've been very clear working through our contacts with opposition groups as well as those countries who have influence over other opposition groups to maintain their obligations under the cessation, and two, to do the best they can to avoid the intermingling, which we know makes it difficult.